Right team, this is the free AI copywriting course, A to Z, everything that you could possibly need to know about copywriting, AI copywriting, to actually start reaching out to clients and actually start making some money. There's even some prompts in here from my paid program that you're getting for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for the newsletter. You're gonna get this full document. This is going to go through A to Z. We've got 9 sections showing you like what is copywriting, what is AI copywriting, how to prompt engineer, how to write emails with AI, how to write ads with AI, VSL, sales pages. We're going to go over some funnel fundamentals and then finally go over some outreach. Not sure how long this is going to be, but it's going to be value packed. So let's just get straight into it. Section 1, the AI copywriting revolution. Probably the best place to start is just by telling you what copywriting actually is. So, everything starts with copy. At its most fundamental level, copywriting is using words to persuade people to take action. So, whether that's buy a product, sign up for an email list, book a call, click a link, subscribe to a channel, that's all copy. Copy is literally everywhere in business. It's emails, it's landing pages, it's video scripts, social media posts, ads, product description, website content, that's all copy. If there's words trying to get someone to do something, that's copy. That's probably the best way to understand what it is. Now, here's the thing. Copywriting is not a business model. I've spoken about this numerous times, but it's not a business model. It's the skill that you use inside a business. So, hopefully you understand what copywriting is now. The AI revolution. So, what does AI role play in this? Where does AI come in? Because a lot of people just think that AI is just going to take over and you're not going to need any copywriters anymore. So let me explain what AI actually helps you do. So in my opinion, AI didn't really kill copywriting. It separated pros from amateurs. If you could just write well, if you could just write nice emails, then AI probably replaced you. But that's not what copywriting is. Copywriting is understanding the underlying psychology of what makes people buy. That's what copywriting is. So what does AI do for your copywriting? 1, it makes you faster, 100 times faster. It makes you so much more efficient. What used to take hours, days and weeks now takes minutes. It gives you more options. So you can generate 20 different angles in seconds, and it handles the grunt work, like the actual writing part. Like, a lot of people think that copywriting is the writing part. You need to be able to write fancy words and that. That's not what copywriting is, and AI now takes care of that. So here's what AI can't do. It can't understand your specific audience on a deep level. It can't find the hidden sales angles, and it can't understand the nuances of different industries and offers, and it doesn't know what works and what doesn't. It can help you do all of these parts, but you need to be the director in it. So AI is like your assistant, not your replacement. So like I just said there, you're the director. You want to think of AI like a really talented intern or junior copywriter, smart, fast, and eager to help, but it needs clear instructions or it's just going to create absolute shit. So your job as the copywriter is to give it context about the audience, the offer, tell it what the goal is, provide examples of what a good output looks like, and then edit and refine the output as discussed. Make strategic decisions. So you need to actually tell it what to do, right? And that's where everybody gets this wrong, because people just come in, they're like, oh, write me a sales email. That's not how to use AI. The best way to do it is you get AI to do the grunt work, and then you need to copy chief it. So copy chiefing, this is what I'd probably call this like the most important skill when it comes to AI copywriting. Because if we can think of better prompts and put better inputs in, we're going to get better outputs. Better direction equals better copy. So what copy chiefing actually means. So before we prompt it, pre-prompt, we need to tell AI exactly what it needs to know. Who's the audience? What's the goal of this copy? What tone should this have? What objections should be handled? And we need to be super specific. I'm going to go into this in great detail in the next sections, but we can't just say stuff like write an email. That just does not work. We need to say stuff like this: write a sales email for busy entrepreneurs about time management, casual tone, addressing these objections. This is a very simple prompt. They're a lot longer than this, but I just wanted to give you an example here. After the output, we need to edit like a professional. So AI is going to give us the raw material. A lot of the time it does not need that much prompting, but then we're just going to sculpt it into something that's almost perfect. Most people, when they use AI for copywriting, they're missing out this copy chiefing part. They're getting a mediocre AI output and then they put it into like their email software and they wonder why it doesn't convert. We just use AI to get there faster, and we're just kind of doing the little editing bits before and after. That's how we use AI. So why does this matter for AI copywriters? Everyone knows AI exists now. Most businesses are using it. Most businesses at least want to use it, but 99% of people still absolutely suck at using it. They need someone who knows copywriting and knows how to use AI. So yeah, speed is everything as well. If you get copywriter A and they use AI and copywriter B and they don't use AI, copywriter A is just going to blow the other one away simply because they can write faster. They could write 10 sales pages in a day, whereas the other one would take weeks. So yeah, the opportunity isn't really going away. It's just shifting from can you write to can you direct AI to write what actually works. So that's what we're going to cover in this course. Not just how to use the AI tools, but how to become an AI copy chief that can actually create copy that makes money. Because if you just write words that sound fancy, you're not going to get fucking paid. Let's go on to section 2. So this is the foundation. Now this is going to be not so much about AI, this is going to be more about copywriting. So first of all, what I want you to do is go away and learn what copywriting is at its fundamental level. I'm not going to be able to teach everything in this because it would be a 24-hour long course, right? So before we get into the AI prompts and the fancy tactics, you need to understand what good copy looks like. So study and read these books. The Boron Letters, Scientific Advertising, Breakthrough Advertising, Cash Advertising. There's a ton more. Just read all of the OG books, because they're not new books about AI or modern marketing. They're just about human psychology and marketing principles at their bare bones. Humans haven't changed, it's just the tactics that have changed. So study real sales letters. Go to clickbank.com and look at the top selling products in any of the categories: survival, health, spirituality. Read them. They're like 10,000 word sales pages. You want to ask yourself, how do they hook you in the first few lines? What problems are they highlighting? How are they positioning their solution? What objections are they handling? What type of language are they using throughout the sales page? Watch the VSLs, just study the full entire funnels. So you want to also read ones that have been running for months or years. I'm not actually sure, there was an old way that you could actually check this, but you can also go into things like Ad Library and check out like ads that have been running for ages from like big e-commerce brands and study how their ads work. That's another good way. So that's what I want you to do as your homework for this. Next, we're going to go into what actually makes copy convert. So at its core, copywriting is about one thing: making your prospect feel like you're reading their mind. That's the if you can do that, then you will be a great copywriter. So ICP, ideal customer persona or profile. This isn't just about demographics like age 24 to 30, mostly female, based in the US. It's about a lot more than that. It's about psychographics. So you need to understand like what keeps them up at 3 a.m, what are they thinking about, what's their biggest problems, what they're complaining about to their friends, what language they're using when they're complaining, what they've tried before that didn't work, what they secretly believe about themselves that they don't even tell anybody, what they're embarrassed to admit. If you can nail all of this, then your copy feels like therapy, and then this is what you want them to think. You want them to think, holy shit, this person gets me, they understand me, they know exactly what I'm going through, therefore they must have the solution because they're just like me. So making them feel understood. Good copy sounds like their internal dialogue, monologue, dialogue. So bad copy sounds like marketing. So this probably isn't good examples, but example of bad copy: a revolutionary time management system will optimize your productivity. That just feels marketing-ish. So this is better copy. You know that feeling when you finish a 10-hour day but feel like you've got nothing important done, when you're busy all day but your big goals just never move forward? Like, which one feels more natural and which one would make you feel more like, oh, this person understands me? It's definitely not this one. So what we also want to do is we want to highlight issues that even they don't know. So this is what I would call finding underlying sales angles. So it's things that when people are told this about their problem or their situation, they're like, oh shit, that's me, but I've never really thought about it that way. So this is where you become a really dangerous copywriter. So most people like complain about surface level problems. So this is one. I don't have enough time, but the real problem is I don't know how to prioritize what actually matters. Or another example of that could be, I want to lose weight, but the underlying real problem might be, I want to be able to play with my kids for more than 10 minutes without feeling chronically out of breath. I don't want to feel embarrassed at the playground. That's underlying issues that maybe even the customer doesn't know about themselves. So when you can articulate their deeper problem better than they can, again, you become the expert that they need to listen to. So this is the next part. Present your solution as the solution. If you've done everything well up until this point, then this part becomes easy and it just kind of flows in better. If people feel like you understand them, they're already going to think that you've got the solution. So you don't say your thing's good. You show them why everything else that they've tried has failed and why your approach is completely different. This is where we go into unique mechanisms of problems and unique mechanisms of solutions. We're telling them what their real problem is, and then we're showing how our solution is totally different and it's revolutionary and it's the thing that is going to work for them. So it's all about positioning your solution as the missing piece that they've been looking for. Copywriting fundamentals that never change. So this is just some things to keep in mind. These are the kind of big rules of copy. The rule of one audience, one big idea, one call to action. Pretty simple. You don't want to try and speak to everyone, then you appeal to no one. You don't want to try and sell multiple things. You don't want to give them multiple next steps. You don't want to talk about too many different ideas in one sales page. The rule of one, just keep it simple. Like Jordan, is it Jordan Belfort? Yeah, straight line sales. Think of that. Next rule, clarity beats clever every single time. Remember, most people when they're reading emails, they're just skimming. So if you start hitting them with a bunch of like really complex concepts and ideas, they're going to be like, yeah, no chance am I fucking listening to this. So you need to just bear that in mind, and clarity beats clever every time. So they're probably on their phone, they're probably distracted by 100 other things. You just need to get your offer and your idea in front of them as easily as you possibly can. So simple words, short sentences, clear ideas. Always write at 5th grade reading level. So smart people don't want to work hard to understand your copy, and a lot of people's ICPs aren't going to be smart people. They might be dumb people. So you need to appeal to them. Don't use big words. Everything just needs to be understood at a very basic level. That's a big problem that like beginner copywriters have. They like overcomplicate a lot of stuff. So your English teacher has lied to you. Big words do not make you sound smart. They just make you sound like you're trying too hard and you're trying too hard to be smart. This is another really good rule to follow. The pain versus pleasure principle. Fear is stronger than desire. It's like in trading, fear is like a stronger emotion than greed. So if you watch like a trading chart, when it goes up, it will go up more gradual than it falls off, because fear's a stronger emotion. When people get scared, price drops quicker than it goes up. So instead of get rich with our system, try stop watching your bank account drain where your friends get ahead. So it always works to focus on people's pains instead of their desires. You still want to tie into their desires, but you want to focus on their pain a lot. Use both, but lead with pain. So, the core copy formula. Identify their pain, the thing that they hate about their current situation. You agitate that pain, make them feel it very intensely. You want to present your solution as the ultimate way to eliminate their pain. You want to handle their objections, so reason they might not buy, tell them why that's just false and it's not a reason not to buy, and then create urgency why they need to act. That's it. Everything else is just different ways to execute this formula. Your job is to make them realize my current situation is painful, this person understands my pain, and their solution will fix it. And that's pretty much copywriting formulas. They're all just different variations of this. So AI is going to help you execute this a bunch faster. That's when you become a dangerous copywriter. Section 3, AI prompt engineering for copy. So this is why most people suck at AI copywriting. Let me show you the difference between amateur and pro prompting. Amateur, I keep on using this, like write me an email. Nobody's quite that bad. However, some of them are quite bad. But the less context that you give about the offer and the audience and the goal and the specific outcome and the actual really specific instructions that you want it to write, then yeah, that's what you want to do. So ask for nothing specific, get nothing specific. So bad prompting examples, this is what everyone does. Write me an email for this person, use this voice, make it compelling. I hate this one. So make this email compelling. Compelling to who? How? Based on what psychology? So the problem is you're making AI guess what you want. If you had a junior copywriter and you wanted them to write for an offer, would you just give them like 5 sentences? No. You'd probably give them like 10 documents and YouTube videos to watch and all of this context about the offer and the product that you're writing for. You would give them all of that, then you would tell them to write it. You wouldn't just give them 5 sentences and expect them to do it. So don't treat AI like that. So you need to tell AI exactly what you want. So the perfect prompt formula. This is where your copywriting knowledge becomes your superpower, because bad copywriters are going to make bad prompts. Good copywriters is what makes AI look like magic. So let me break down a world-class prompt. So here's one of the prompts that I actually use. This is for an email. So you're an elite direct response copywriter, 20 years of experience, trained by studying the masters, Gary Halbert, David Ogilvy, Eugene Schwartz, John Caples, Claude Hopkins, blah, blah, blah. You've absorbed their wisdom and combined it into modern conversion psychology to create high converting ads, this one was for ads, to reveal secrets that elite groups don't want exposed. You create irresistible curiosity through forbidden knowledge angles that make people feel like they're getting insider access. Now this is a full prompt. So when you're given an offer brief, so that's what we're doing here, we're going to give this prompt an offer brief or a sales page. It's then going to write the ad with this framework. Then it actually goes through what the framework is. So this is your structure. Lead with a story from an aspirational group known for achieving desired outcomes. Then it gives an actual example. Why elite group achieves result, and so why models stay young till 60. Then it's going to go through all of these different parts that it needs to do in this exact order, right? So let's kind of break this down here. We're giving it an identity. You're an elite direct response copywriter with 20 years of experience. So it's giving it the role to play. AI knows that it's supposed to do that, and it sets the experience level. And it's also defining what type of copywriter it is. Direct response, not brand copywriting. You don't just say you're a copywriter, because a copywriter could be anything. It could be YouTube scriptwriter. We're using direct response copywriter because we're writing ads here. We're giving behavioral instructions, so we're telling it what it needs to do. We're going to give it a brief or a sales page, and it's going to write this ad framework without asking any questions or requesting clarification. We're just telling it exactly, just write the ad. So again, I've done this through multiple sessions of reprompting to just get the prompt perfect first time. So it's going to prevent it from asking me annoying clarifying questions, and I'm just telling it exactly what to do here. So format specification I've also added in, because when I first had this prompt, it wrote it a bit like ads for text. So I would say, remember, these ads are scripts for the spoken word. They're not text-based ads. So that's going to change its writing style completely. It's going to make AI write for spoken delivery, and it affects the structure and flow of the copy. Then it gives it a complete framework breakdown. So there's like 9 steps in that. It needs to follow perfectly. Reinforce command, you will write a complete hidden truth framework ad immediately upon receiving this offer brief or sales page. Boom, then it just does it. So that is how a prompt works. Now, this is the most important part of it. This is the foundation. This is called the brief. This is where most people fail because they just try and write a prompt and don't give it any context on what the offer is, who the audience is, etc., etc. So the briefs matter more than prompts because your prompt is only as good as your brief. You can have the world's best prompt, but if it doesn't know your audience, you're still going to get generic copy, and if it doesn't understand your offer, you're going to get weak positioning. It's not going to know the objections. It's just going to be shit outputs. So here is a good brief to use. Use this for every single piece of copy that you write. Foundation. This is what you want to fill out. Target audience demographics, age, gender, income level, family status, geographic location, values, beliefs. Then we're going to go into their pain points and fears. Then we're going to go into their dreams and desires. Then the one big promise that our product or offer delivers. We're going to talk about existing solutions and their flaws, so why the current things that they've tried aren't working. You can use AI to create this for you. You can just put this in and then say, like, write this brief for this offer, and you can write out what the offer is, or you can give it like a sales page, or any marketing material like ads or VSLs. So then we're going to come on to product details. So what is the product? If it's like a physical product, what's the ingredients? How does it work? If it's a coaching program, like what's the delivery method? Is it a 12-week one-to-one? Is it group coaching, etc., etc.? You need to add in everything here. What's the key benefits? So what kind of results are they going to get? What emotional benefits? What lifestyle improvements? Time and money saved. Common objections, price concerns, trust issues, implementation fears. Is it going to be too hard to actually do? Time commitment, how long is this going to take? You need to add all of this in. Now, what I've done here is I've created one I just used AI to create this for the 10K Coach Blueprint. This is one of those coaches offers. So it's Marcus, a former personal trainer who went from 3K a month to 50K a month. He's shown other people how to do the same, other fitness trainers. So I've written all out of this. So we've got everything here for when we start writing with the prompts. So that's it. The brief needs to be, it's going to turn your vague, if your brief is vague, you're going to get vague copy. Specific brief, you're going to get specific copy. So how this connects to AI, when you feed this brief into your prompts, AI knows exactly who it's writing for, it understands their struggles, it can speak their language, it can address their real objections, and it can paint the picture of their desired outcome. The result, copy that feels like you're reading their mind. Remember from section 1, that's exactly what we want to do. So context is everything. That's exactly what we do with this brief. We're telling it, who exactly are you writing to? What's their current situation? What do they struggle with? What have they tried before? What do they secretly believe? Offer context. So what are we selling? How does it solve their problem? What makes it different? And what's the unique mechanism that we use to get them that result? Then what's the proof? Then we're going to talk about the goals. What action do we need them to take? What objections need to be handled? What's the emotional journey? What's the logical next progression for them? So that's pretty much the brief. So here's where your copy knowledge comes in. You can only prompt for frameworks that you understand. If you don't know what makes good copy, you can't tell AI to write good copy. You can try things like make this email better, or write an email that does this, or write a sales page that does this. But if you don't understand, like this, right? This is probably the best example to give you. This email lacks emotional connection. Rewrite the opening line, use the future pacing technique, help them visualize what their life would look like after they solve this problem, make them feel the relief and confidence that they'll have, and use sensory details, specific scenarios, visceral language. This is where your copyright knowledge comes in, and this is where pros get separated from amateurs. So, like I said at the very start, bad copywriters, you're going to use bad prompts, you're going to get bad outputs. Good copywriters, excellent prompts, excellent outputs. So the editing component, so this is a bit like the copy chief and AI is just going to give you the raw material. Your knowledge is what's going to turn it into the gold. So when you're editing it, when it comes out, you're going to be like, right, are all the psychological triggers getting clear? Is it addressing the right pain points? Does this sound human? Would this actually convert? Now, this is only really going to, you're only going to be able to do this if you understand marketing and copywriting psychology. So that's why you need to read those books. So yeah, bad copywriters take AI output. That's it, they just use it. A lot of the time you can, but there's some times where it's just not going to be quite right and you need to be the one that re-prompts it. And then that's why good copywriters are going to use it as a starting point. So the real secret, the best AI copywriters aren't necessarily the best prompters. They're the best copy chiefs. So they know what good copy looks like, they know how to structure an argument, they know understand the human psychology, and the prompt is just how you communicate that knowledge to AI to get the output faster. Copywriting fundamentals are what makes these prompts work. Section 4. Right, your first AI emails. So we're starting with AI emails when we're actually going to go into this writing part, because emails are the kind of training wheels of copywriting. If I was taking on a junior copywriter, I would always get them starting writing emails because it's kind of the easiest place to learn. You wouldn't just throw them in and be like, I need a 10,000 word sales page. They're going to be like, what the fuck? An email's a lot easier to write. So they're short, conversational, and you can write 10 bad ones before you can write one good one. Plus, email is still the highest ROI marketing channel, and that's why we start here. So, email copywriting basics. The hook is everything. If people get 200 emails a day, your subject line needs to get them to open it, but your first line determines whether or not they read the rest. Bad first line. I hope this email finds you well. And then good first lines like, I almost didn't sign this email. We need to be using things like open loops. An open loop is when you like get someone, how do I conceptualize an open loop? It's basically just creating curiosity to the point where they feel like they need to close the loop in their brain. Like, as humans, we don't like open loops in our brain, things that are like not completed. So if we use something like I almost didn't send this email, like people are like, oh, why not? That's probably the best way to understand that. So we need to create curiosity, make it personal, make them lean in and promise value. So if they don't read line 1, they won't read line 2, and therefore they're not going to read the rest of the fucking email. So you always want to speak to one person, never say you guys or everyone, it's always you. You're speaking to one person, not a crowd, not an audience, just that person reading the email. You want to imagine that you're sitting across from you at coffee. What would you say? How would you say it? That's very conversational. So your emails should sound like you talk, use contradictions like you are, can't, cannot, here's, here is. Start sentences with and, but, so, look. So you can bend grammar rules in copywriting. Use casual phrases like, here's the thing, the truth is, real talk. You want to, however, whatever ICP you're writing for, you want to use their language, and it needs to be very conversational. So here's an email prompt that you can actually use, and we're going to use this for, I'm just going to give you an example for this offer here. So we're going to copy and paste this into Claude. I always use Claude for when I'm AI copywriting. I don't know why, I like it. Other people have said that other platforms are better, but I just like this one better. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to copy and paste the prompt in, then we're going to copy and paste our brief in. So that's pasted in there, and then I'm just going to put insert word count to like 150 words. Boom. Then I'm going to see what this comes out with. Now, this isn't one of the greatest prompts, but it's pretty fucking good. So let's just look at what we've got here. And let's just look at how, if this is good enough, if we take into consideration everything that we've learned up until this point. Is it simple? Is it following one rule? Is it following the rule of one? Etc, etc. So let's just take a look at this. We're going to, actually I'm not going to copy and paste that. So the 3K a month to 50K a month fitness coach secret, stealing this. Hey, Marcus was stuck at 3K a month, working 60 hours a week with back-to-back clients, completely burnt out. Does this sound familiar? Then he discovered one thing that changed everything. A simple funnel system that attracted qualified leads while he slept. No more chasing prospects on Instagram. No more feast and famine months. No more trading hours for dollars. Within 18 months, 50K a month. Same passion for fitness, same drive to help people transform, but now he had systems doing all the heavy lifting. Here's the crazy part. He's teaching this exact blueprint to fitness coaches who are stuck where he was, 10K a month blueprint, who just... Right, the only thing that I'm going to say about this is I've obviously written out this brief wrong because we need this to write as this person is Marcus. So if we were going to do that, we would just be like, write again as Marcus. And that's going to write you out there. I was a trainer. Boom. It's just using the exact same framework. Now we can go ahead and I can show you some fancy editing prompts here. I'll show you a few where we can be like, write more in the ICP language. Use more conversational phrases. Boom. And that's going to rewrite it. So what I've done there is I've copy chiefed it. Dude, I cracked the code from broke trainer to 50K a month. What's up? Real talk. I hate that. I hate it when it does that, but we move. We would just remove that. What's up? 2 years ago, I was that guy grinding 60 hours a week, barely scraping 3K a month. My bank account was a joke. And watching other trainers on IG flexing their success while I'm eating ramen again. Felt like a total failure, bro. But here's what nobody tells you. Those successful coaches, they're not just better trainers, they've got systems that work while they sleep. So I said, screw it, I'm figuring this out. Spent months learning funnels, lead magnets, the whole 9 yards. Made every mistake in the book, but then I nailed it. But this simple system that pulls in built this simple system that pulls in qualified leads on autopilot. No more sliding into DMs like a creep. No more posting workout videos to crickets. Quality prospects hitting me up. 18 months later, 50K months, no cap. You just need to remove this shit. This is where your copy chiefing comes in. There are better prompts that can like remove this. And if you want access to them, click the link in the description, get my paid program. But yeah, so 10K, right, there we go. That's your first email. So let's just go back over here. So let's break down this actual prompt. Our goal, we've set a goal with it. Maximum click-through rate. It tells AI what success looks like, what to optimize for, and what the end result is that we want. Framework direction, we've told it focus on pain points, solutions, desired outcomes, and real-life situations. It's going to give AI a roadmap. It's going to tell them to start with their problem, present the solution, show them the outcome, and make it relatable. Urgency command. Every single person who should read this should feel like they need to act now. It's going to create emotional intensity. And then we give it some style specifications like conversational tone, short paragraphs, 2 to 3 sentences, use ellipses for flow, strategic formatting, grade 4 reading level, and market matched messaging. So that's going to use the ICP to actually write in their language. So without these style specifications, AI is going to write like AI. That's how you'd get it to write like this. You don't, loads of people that just write in like a crazy prompt and then they're like, oh, it just sounds like AI. It's because you've not given it style guidelines. So this prompt needs more, this prompt needs more context, and that's why we give it the brief. So yeah. Direction is everything. The difference between good emails and great emails. Write an email about my course, and then great email, write an email about the missed opportunity angle, make them realize that they've been approaching business wrong, and this is why they're still stuck in their 9 to 5, and this is why they need to buy this thing, essentially. So the more specific that you get with your prompts, the better the email is going to be. It's the same theme all the way through this. Next up, we have sales pages. So sales pages, this is liquid gold. Here's some maths for this, right? Let's say you're driving 1,000 visitors to your sales page every single month and you have a 2% conversion rate. That's 20 sales per month on a $97 product. That's $1,940 a month. If you improve your conversion rate to 4%, doubling it, same traffic, that's an extra, that's double the revenue, $1,940 a month. So it's the same traffic, same ad spend, or same amount of posts, just better copy, you double the amount of revenue. So that's why writing sales pages is a very high leverage and very high paying skill. So let's cover the anatomy of a sales page. This is where you would direct traffic to, and this is where it's going to tell the person what this offer is, what the product is. It's going to tell them either to buy now or book a call or whatever that CTA is. Most high converting sales pages follow this kind of basic structure. Hero section, which is like pre-header, who's this for? Headline, what's the main promise? Subheader, how do we get them there and without what pain points? Video or image, so we would have the VSL in there or some sort of like image for the program, and then our call to action, whether that's book a call or buy now. Problem identification, so we want to call out their biggest pain point. We need to show them that we understand their situation, and then we need to tease that there is some sort of solution to that pain. Origin story, this is where we're going to build some connection and credibility. Personal struggle or case studies, the moment you discovered the solution and why you're qualified to help them. Solution revelation, so this is where we're going to present our mechanism, our offer, explain why our approach is completely different to anything they've tried, provide proof that it works, and show them the transformation that they can achieve if they use this. Product introduction, now we're going to tell them about what we're actually, like what's included. Is it a product? Is it a coaching program? Is it a group coaching program? How many modules are in it? Do you get one-to-one calls? Etc, etc. Then we're going to break down their offer structure, so pricing, bonuses, guarantees, scarcity, little FAQ section, and then this is the structure because it follows human psychology. We've got the problem, solution, proof, offer, close. And here is a sales page prompt that you can use to write buying in sales pages. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this in and show you how this works. So you copy and paste down to here, and we're going to come back over. We're going to write it for the same offer for our guy Marcus, and he's coaching coaches coach offer. Bang that in, and let's see what it comes up with. Since Claude 4 came out, it keeps doing this. I'll actually change this right away so that you don't get this. It keeps coding it. Remember, we are writing the copy only, not coding a website. So let's use that again. I'm going to also prompt it to write copy in plain text in a new artifact. See, this is how specific you need to get with your prompting. And because sometimes AI just doesn't want to play a ball. I'm not sure if it's sentient yet, but sometimes it just does not listen to instructions unless you need to be super clear on what you give it. So let's try this again and let's see what we get this time. Hopefully it should do it. Yeah, there we go, this is better. So pre-header, for fitness coaches earning 2 to 5k a month and tired of feast and famine cycle. How Marcus went from struggling to 3k a month personal trainer to consistently earning 50k a month in just 18 months using this 10k coach blueprint without chasing clients, working 8-hour weeks, or wasting another dollar on ads that don't convert. VSL, CTA. Then we go into their problem identification, so this is what we would call the lead. Then we go into their origin story, so this is where we build a connection and we get the person to feel like, oh, this person really understands me, they were maybe in the same situation or they had clients in the same situation. It's writing all of this for you. Solution revelation, this is where we present our solution. This is where we're going to introduce the product and break it down, what we actually get. So this is the coaching, so we do week 1 to 2, foundation and funnel setup, they get the content authority system, traffic and lead generation, sales and conversions, scale and systemize, mastery and momentum, plus you get all these bonuses. How does this compare to alternatives? Boom, 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 boom. Offer structure, so again, we've got that, we've got their 4997 value. This is just writing the entire sales page for you. Boom, and one prompt, bang. FAQ section, and that's you. That's you got a fucking banging sales page. Now what you would need to do is go through that, take it into a Google Doc and copy chief it, exactly like you've done with the emails. Now, let's break down why this prompt works. Again, specificity, write copy, every single person who reads this feels something. Sets emotional standard, not just informative copy. It's going to give the exact framework to follow, so it told it exactly like hero, Hero section, origin story, solution, offer, close. So why does this work? It removes all the guesswork. We're not just saying write a sales page, because then AI can write it however the fuck it wants. I want it to follow a specific formula. AI knows exactly what to write, who to write for, how to write it, what standard to meet. It's based on direct response principles, and every element comes from a sales page that has generated millions. It forces emotional connection because we've told it we want people to feel something. Remember, the copy is only as good as the brief that you feed it. The better that you do this part, the more accurate your copy is going to be. So, that was sales pages. Let's go on to VSLs. Now I'm going to tell you what VSLs are. VSLs are video sales letters. It's basically a sales page in video format, and they're crushing right now and always have crushed. VSLs outperform everything else because people can see you, they can hear your voice, and they can read your body language or the person that you're writing for. So it builds trust. Attention span, a lot of people just prefer to watch and listen to videos rather than read a 10,000 word sales page. We can create a bit of an emotional connection because we have video. There's more emotion in it than written copy a lot of the time. And yeah, perfect for our phone obsessed world. A lot of the time we just want to watch videos. So conversion rates, if you have a sales page with a VSL, it's typically going to convert 2 or 5 times higher than just the sales page copy. So that's why it's important to do VSLs. Here's some numbers. So average sales page conversion rate 1 to 3%, average VSL conversion rate 3 to 8%. Some of the top performing VSLs can convert 10 to 15% of your traffic. This means same offer, same price, but if you have a VSL in there, you're going to make more money. That's all that means. Now, why VSL scripting is extremely high leverage. If you write one script, record one video, and you put it on a sales page, but it keeps on fucking making you money over and over again, it is probably the highest leverage thing that you can do in online business. That's why, like, Russell Brunson's perfect webinar VSL made over $100 million. One script, recorded once, played thousands of times. He probably redone it a few times, but you get it. The multiplication effect, so a great VSL script because it works all the time. It is like a sales page, but you're on it, or the person who you're writing for is there. They're being the digital salesperson. It scales infinitely because I can't remember what I was thinking there. Compounds over time because more people watch it. Can be repurposed across multiple channels because you can literally just paste it on YouTube and give it a fancy title and it's going to get views, or you can put it on Twitter, you can put it on all of your channels. Bad VSL script. If you're running ads to it, it's going to cost you a fuck ton. If you have an amazing VSL script, it's literally going to print money. Like, it prints money. If you have a good VSL script and good ads and you direct it through that, it literally just prints money. It is a money printer. So, time investment versus return. Let's talk about a VSL script. Even if I was using AI, I would probably, if it was going to go live, I'd spend a full day on it, cutting all the bits out and going over it over and over it with AI. Maybe take me 5 to 10 hours even with AI if it was going live. Not talking about writing samples here or speed work. Recording the video, 2 to 4 hours, send it away to the editor. Potential time investment, 7 to 14 hours. Potential return, depending on how big this offer is, could be hundreds of thousands or millions in revenue. If you can show me another skill with that kind of leverage, I will be surprised. So again, I've got another prompt for you here. So it follows the exact framework. We tell it who it is, tell it its role, tell it the framework that it needs to do, and then we give it the brief. So again, let's just do this. Copy and paste it in to show you what kind of output you can get. Come over to Claude, we're going to paste this in here. We're going to take our coach and coaches coach offer. We're going to paste that in. And boom. Let's see what we come up with. Come on. What's happening? Don't do this to me, Claude. We'll prompt it again and hopefully it does its job this time. It doesn't just freeze on me. Oh, don't you dare, Claude. There we go. So this is going to write our full VSL script, again, that we would just need to take out and copy chief. So here we go. Hook section, pain points list, desires list. This is looking not bad. Again, it's basically just telling us the pattern interrupt. Most fitness coaches think they need more certifications, more money. That's completely backwards. And it's giving us the full fucking script. Now you can use your brief or you can use the sales page in this process. So like that's use the brief. Let me just go back and I'm going to use the sales page. Actually, I didn't save the sales page. Right, I'm not going to do that then. But you could, instead of pasting this brief in, you could have your sales page and you could paste that in. That's probably the best way, and that's probably the way that I would do it because it needs to align perfectly. So again, this prompt is an absolute banger because it's going to give you all the 10 sections of a proven VSL structure that I've extracted from watching like God knows how many VSLs, and a lot of them follow this exact structure. There's a few different structures. There's other ones that I have in my paid program that are like follow like basically just a different structure. They follow more like a landing page, like they have a lead, whereas this one just started talking about pain points and then calling out a problem, etc. Whereas we have other ones that are more story based and more storytelling, but it uses a proven structure. Is built on direct response principles and consumer psychology. It creates an outline that the video teams can immediately go and record and use, and this is it. So the power of structure: most people wing their VSLs, they ramble, they forget key points, they lose their audience. People will have short attention spans. If you don't get to the point and keep them hooked, you're fucked. So this prompt is going to give you a proven framework that has worked for hundreds of other offers. So if you have a good offer, it's most likely going to work for yours. Yeah, so how to use this prompt: again, you just want to fill in the brief, give it the VSL outline or your sales page, record the video, watch your sales roll in. So VSL, before this prompt, VSL creation, you had to like kind of guess it, and now it's just a science and a strategy. You can just plug this in and you're not hoping that it's going to work because you're following a system that has already worked. Next, section 7, add copy that lowers CAC. I'm going to introduce you to something that you might not have heard of. If you have heard of this, great, then you're not just a beginner. CAC is customer acquisition cost. And it's very important when it comes to ads and paid ads, because it's how much you spend to get one customer. If one good ad can cut CAC in half. So let's go through the maths of this. Let's say you're running Facebook ads. Bad ad copy. 1,000 people see your ad, you get 10 people to click, one person buys at 10% conversion. Cost to acquire a customer is $50. Great ad copy. 1,000 people see your ad, you get 30 people to click, 3 people buy at the same conversion rate, but you've just got more people to click it. Cost has dropped to $16 instead of $50. Same audience, same offer, same landing page, just better ad copy. And the result is 3 times more customers for the same ad spend. Now imagine what someone will pay you if you can help them do this, if you can write good ad scripts. So if your CAC is $50 and your customer value is $100, you make $50 per customer. But if your CAC drops to $16, then you make $83 per customer. That's 67% more profit, same business, just because you wrote better ads. It's the same landing page, same ad spend. Now, ad copywriting, arguably, maybe not, but arguably the highest paying skill. Because if a business is spending 10 grand a month or 100 grand a month on ads, and your ad copy can improve and reduce their CAC, and it saves them $5,000, $10,000, $50,000 a month, imagine what they're going to pay you for that from just one client. It could be 5,000, it could be 10,000, it could be 20,000. There's people who just write ads that charge people like $20,000 a month. Like that, there's people out there that do that. Unfortunately, it's not me. Hopefully one day. The leverage effect. So good ad copywriters are making 5 to 10, 15k a month from per client, and that's just from one fucking client. So why such high pay? Because the ROI is massive. You're not just writing words, you're printing money. Clients spending $50,000 a month on Facebook ads. Results before your ad copy, they're getting less than 1% click-through rate. Their CAC, customer acquisition cost, is $87. It means they're breaking even. Results after you, 2.4% click-through rate, $29 cost per acquisition, and then they make $180,000 profit. Your fee, $15,000. They still make a fucking shit ton more. The ROI on your service for that is 1200%. That's why ad copy could be the highest paying skill. So here is a framework that you're actually getting from my paid program. I know I'm so nice to you. So this is how it goes. It goes very similar to all the other ones. We tell it who it is. We tell it we're going to give it an offer brief or a sales page, and it's going to write this ad. It's a bit like the other one that we used. This is the unbelievable question framework. It tells it how to go through it, and it tells it that this is for the written word, the spoken word, should I say. So let's just go on and bang this in for our offer and see what it comes out with. Boom. Now, am I saying that you're going to be able to go and just plug this prompt in and go and charge someone $10,000 for ads? Probably not. But you can use this prompt to go and write your own ones and maybe reach out to some clients and be like, look, I wrote this ad for you. You know? So how does this struggling personal trainer go from $3,000 to $50,000 a month without training a single extra client? He doesn't have a massive social media following. He hasn't been in the fitness industry for decades building connections. He's not running expensive Facebook ads that drain his bank account. Instead, he's cracked the code on what he calls this 10K coach blueprint. Then it just goes through, it's actually, Claude's stopped working again. But basically what it does there is it goes through and it follows the exact structure that we can then, guess what, copy chief, and just go through and make sure that it's fine and edit the little points out it. So there, that is that framework. Again, why does it work? We're giving it an actual proven framework. This is like an OG ad that people have been running for years. And then it goes through it tells it like specific language to use. If we look at it, it's like how does this 43-year-old mom have this wrinkle-free skin, sound like magic, want to feel young and virile again? I can't remember how to say that word. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway. So, yeah. Framework dominates because there's a curiosity gap. This is for this one specifically. It creates a knowledge vacuum that demands closure, like open loops that we were speaking about earlier. Violates expectations and grabs attention, shows others achieving seemingly impossible results, scientific backing, blah, 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 blah. Attention economics. In a world of infinite scroll, you have less than a second to stop the scroll. And this framework is designed for that specific challenge. So it creates curiosity, it builds credibility, forces engagement, and primes for our solution. It's not just an ad, it's a psychological journey from skepticism to belief. And that's exactly what we're talking about at the very start in our foundations, where we're talking about we need people to feel heard and we need to make them feel as if we understand them and then agitate their pain points and make them feel like our solution is the only one that works for them. So, like I said, their psychological journey. So, amateur ads, basically, you just tell people what you're selling. Pro ads are going to make people desperately curious about what you're selling. And that's exactly what we've done here with this framework. And that's how you lower your CAC. And that's how you get paid fucking shit tons of money to write ad copy. So, we've kind of covered all of our prompt and frameworks that I'm going to give you for free. We're just going to go on to some funnel fundamentals. So this is just understanding fundamental funnels, like just at its most basic level. So let's just strip away all the marketing jargon, bottom of funnel, middle of funnel, all this stuff. A funnel is stupidly simple. We get eyeballs, that's traffic. We direct them to something that converts. That's their conversion asset. That's their sales page or a VSL or whatever. Step 3, make the sale. That's it. That is all a funnel is. Eyeballs, traffic, direct them to a sales page, which is your conversion asset, and get the sale. Or an opt-in page and get the email. Whatever funnel you're running. That's as simple as it gets. Traffic, conversion asset, sale. Doesn't matter what you're selling. If it's a $7 ebook, $97 coaching, $97 courses, $5,000 coaching, $50,000 consulting, a $97 physical product, a $479 fucking running machine, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what you're selling. Foundation's the same. You get attention, you convert attention, and you close the sale. Traffic, the eyeball game. You need people to see your stuff. Without traffic, the best copy in the world is worthless because nobody's going to fucking see it. So you have different types of traffic. Paid traffic, Meta ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, TikTok ads, LinkedIn ads, all of these different advertising platforms where you can pay them to get your ad in front of people. Organic, SEO, social media, YouTube, email lists, word of mouth, this is all organic. Difference, this is just very simple for you. Paid is fast, but it costs money. Organic is slow, but it's free, but it costs time. Traffic temperature, cold traffic, they don't know you exist. They don't know about this offer, they don't know about this product. They don't know you exist. Warm traffic, they've maybe heard of you, but they haven't really engaged. Hot traffic, they know, like, and trust you already. This is the easiest to sell to, the hardest to sell through. That's pretty simple. Different types of funnels, so this is kind of more specific to coaching programs and stuff. It's not as specific to e-commerce, although you can have a low ticket funnel in e-commerce. Of course you can. Of course you can have a lead magnet funnel in e-commerce. You can have a book call. You can actually have a book call in e-commerce as well. So anyway, different types of funnel. We've got low ticket funnels. So traffic to sales page to checkout. Direct ad using our ad framework comes to a direct sales page using our sales page prompt, and then someone buys a $97 course. That's a funnel. Lead magnet funnel. We get people, YouTube brings in traffic, they opt in for a free guide. Exactly what I'm doing with you here. You're watching this video, I want you to get this free course. Then I'm probably gonna nurture you on my emails and I'm gonna send you to my sales page for my paid program. That's how this works. I'm being very open with that because I just want to show you exactly how this stuff works. The booked call funnel, traffic to VSL to application to sales call. So the ad drives to the VSL using our ad frameworks. The VSL using our frameworks pre-sales and qualifies them. They go into an application form. They jump on a sales call. That person closes them. They make money. Direct checkout funnel, traffic to direct purchase. Meta ad, sales page, direct link to buy, immediate purchase. It all boils down to this. It doesn't matter how complicated the funnels get. It all just boils down to this. Eyeballs in the traffic. Point them somewhere, some sort of conversion asset, checkout page, VSL, sales page. Make them an offer, that's the sale. So the funnel is only as strong as the copy. Copy is like the foundation of all of this. You can have the fanciest design fucking landing page, but if the copy's shit, it's not going to convert. And if you've got bad ad copy, there's not going to be no traffic that gets to your funnel. If you've got bad sales page copy, traffic's not going to convert. Bad email sequences, leads aren't going to buy. Bad VSL scripts, prospects don't book goals. That's why everything stems from copywriting. Everything works better. You get higher click-through rates from ads, better conversion rates in your sales pages, more engaged email subscribers, higher converting VSLs. Your funnel becomes this money printing machine. So the funnel mindset, again, I'm just going to reiterate myself. Do not overcomplicate this. You're not building some complex fucking contraption where fucking customers get confused. You're taking this simple path. Stranger or traffic to interested prospect, they're thinking about buying your thing, to a paying customer. Every piece of copy serves this journey from the ad to the YouTube script to the sales page to the VSL to the email campaign. Everything just points to this thing, this funnel. And that's it. Every funnel component just gets them further down. The best funnels feel effortless to the prospect. They don't feel like they're being funneled. They just feel like they're being helped. because they watch this ad that gives them some value, or they watch this YouTube video that gets them some value, then they join an email list, then they get more value, then they buy a program, and that helps them more. Like, that's it. You don't feel like they're being funneled. That happens when your copy understands their problems. We're going back to the foundations. Speak in their language, make them feel heard, provides genuine value. Using our copywriting fundamentals, we actually just want to tell them why their pain exists and maybe how to alleviate it in some regards, and then how our program or how our offer is going to completely alleviate it. When you get copyright, funnel feels just like a natural conversation, and natural conversations lead to sales. So when you understand the bigger picture, traffic driven by ad copy, for example, flows to conversion assets like sales pages, VSLs and emails, which creates sales through persuasive copy. Everything we've covered works together. You're not just learning random copywriting skills like emails. You're not just learning VSLs. You're learning how all of this works together. And if you can write every single part of this for someone, they're going to pay you a lot of fucking money. And you can do it all with AI. So, outreach. You can be the best copywriter in the world. You can know every single thing that I've just taught you here. But if nobody knows you exist, you're still going to be broke. Outreach is how you turn your skills into money, and outreach is how you get clients and how you prove your worth, and this is basically how you're going to make cash. So, prospects, who can you serve with this? E-commerce brands, coaches and course creators. E-commerce brands, go into Facebook ads library, go on Instagram, find brands. For this type of copy, it needs to be people with an acute pain point, like health products, some sort of skincare product that helps acne, some sort of health device that like stretches your back out, or some sort of supplement that increases your performance or helps you get your dick up. I don't know. All of these different things have got acute pain points, therefore they need longer form copy, and that's where you come in with your AI copywriting skills. So you can go to ads library, you want to search for brands, look at their ads, find current ones with obvious problems. Course creators, go onto YouTube, look for their courses, look for channels with 10k to 100k subscribers, look at their recent videos, and basically just see if they've got offers to promote. When you click the link in the description, I'm going to give you like a full outreach guide as well. I'm just briefly going over how to do this in here. Any business type, ideally I always look for their email, so I can use hunter.io. Basically you enter any company domain and it's going to get their email addresses. It is a paid product, so you need to pay for that. LinkedIn, you can message people on LinkedIn. I don't really like doing that, but you can. But this is the sweet spot. You want to look for businesses that are already spending money on ads, if you're looking for e-commerce brands, or have offers that could use better copy. You find someone on YouTube and their funnel copy shit, or they don't have a VSL, you can reach out to them. Businesses with zero online presence, you do not want to go for them. Massive corporations, it's going to be too hard to speak to a decision maker. Complete beginners, they're not going to be able to pay you. So, step one, YouTube creators, go to YouTube. You want to type in things like full course on, full guide to, step by step how to start an Airbnb business, step-by-step guide on how to start AI YouTube automation, how to start an HVAC company, how to get better at drawing, singing lessons for beginners, all of these different things. Anyone who is creating any type of educational content will most likely be selling some sort of info product, whether it's a low ticket course, high ticket coaching, or whatever they're fucking selling, ebooks, whatever. You can reach out to them because you get their email from the About tab. If you want to see this done in a full video, I'll tag the video here so that you can go and watch how this is all done. But you click to view their email address. E-commerce brands, typically what I would do is find them on ads library, use hunter.io to get their domain, and then even sometimes just use like an email verifier and use like, just type into Google, who owns this company? And then it'll, 9 times out of 10 it's going to show you. And then you can just be like, john@betterhealth.com or whatever the fuck it is. Then this is where everybody fails, because they just send a message being like, hey, I write copy for businesses, can I work with you and you pay me 5k a month? Fuck off, no chance, that's not going to work. Instead, what you need to do is provide value, and this is what I speak about on this channel all the time. You can use these prompts that I've just given you to write samples for these people in seconds. Rewrite 3 of their 5 worst ads, improve their product descriptions, write better emails for the e-commerce brands, and send it in a Google Doc to them and be like, hey, I noticed you're running ads. I think I could lower your cost per acquisition. Here's some ads that I wrote for you. Boom. Course creators, their sales page is shit. Write them a new one. They need a better script for their video sales letter. Write them a new one. Use these prompts to then reach out to them with a Google Doc full of stuff and be like, hey, I wrote this for you. So here's like a good message. Here's some of the subject lines. So quick thought about your course name. Notice something about YouTube channel. Small improvement for something business. Hey, watch your video. Really liked what you thought about. Really liked when you spoke about this thing. Checked out this course. It's good, but I noticed that you didn't have a VSL, so I wrote you a full one. Give them the Google link. Feel free to use this, no strings attached. Boom, that's it, done. And then why this works. So you're showing that you've actually personalized this. You're pointing out to a specific problem that you've actually seen by going through their funnel. You're providing immediate value and you're asking for nothing. So you're removing all pressure, and it respects their time because you've kept it short. And we're basically just betting on the law of reciprocity, that when we give someone like this, they see the value in it and they go, fuck, this guy's right. We do need better ads. We do need better emails. My headline is kind of shit. And then that's when you can jump on a call with these people and sell them on your services. So what never to send? Hey, amazed by your awesome content and professional style. I help people like you make 50k a month with my copywriting systems. Get fucked. That's never going to work. Generic compliments sound like a template. People like you makes them feel like another target. Big claims without proof create skepticism and never say anything about revenue. Immediate ask, it feels pushy. Let's jump on a call. How about you go fuck yourself? Etc, etc. So yeah, follow-up strategy. Wait a week or something, or wait a few days. Hey, not sure if you saw that, but I created some new ads for this business. Hopefully that came in helpful. You're just trying to get a response from them. That's all you're trying to do. You're not trying to book a call at this point. Get a response, then try and book a call. You're not trying to just pitch your services. You're providing real value. So the outreach mindset, you need to think like some sort of consultant, not just a vendor. Vendors are like, can you hire me? Consultants are like, what problems can I solve for you? Vendors send resumes and consultants send solutions. So you want to give first and then receive later. That's like the law of reciprocity. If we send value, we're going to get into some sort of conversation, then we can hopefully get them on a call. We've already provided value, then we can get paid. Boom. And that's how we use AI, because we can do this at scale. So here's what to do. Research, find 2 or 3 good prospects, maybe take you like 30 minutes. Study what they're doing, and then create something for them, and then send the personalized outreach. Total time about 1 or 2 hours a day, and you're probably going to get a few positive responses a week. Timeline to first client. This could be, how long's a piece of string? But if you've done 10 of these a day, every single day for the next month, it would be hard to see you not getting a client. Play the long game. Outreach isn't just about immediate clients. This is something that people get wrong. I used to do this. I wanted to send emails and just sign clients. It's not about that. It's about building a relationship. I've followed up with people for 8 months before they signed me. Like, you just need to play the long game. Every valuable interaction and build your reputation. Every piece of work is going to showcase your skills, and eventually you're going to get someone that's going to pay you. I hate this saying, but it's a numbers game. So that's been it. Your free AI copywriting course A to Z. Hopefully I've covered a shit ton of value for you. If you want to know how to do the outreach part specifically, just go to this video and it shows you how to do it at length. If you want my help and access to my paid program, link is in the description. You get a shit ton more prompts of this and a lot more value as well. I've tried to do my best for you in this short time that I've had. Hopefully this has been valuable, but yeah, if not, get on the email list. Even if you don't want the paid program, get on the email list, get this document. I'll send it over to your email. This, as well as our other documents, it's in the lead magnet. It's basically just a Google Drive full of shit that you can use. And yeah, that's it for this one. Hopefully it's been good.